Hi everybody, I'm Mark Chaffardini with Go See Talk and BigFanboy.com. We're here at Fantastic Fest and we just saw ABC's of Death 2 and I'm speaking with director Alejandro Brugues. ABC's of Death was an extraordinary endeavor, the first one. And the second one, you know, there was a bar and you guys jumped way over it. So maybe just talk about how you got involved in the project.
Oh, can I swear?
Absolutely.
Okay, Team League wrote me a letter saying, "Hey, we're doing ABCs of Death. Do you want to be a part of it?" And I said, "Fuck yeah!" that kind of thing you don't even ask. You just tell me what do I have to do and I'll do it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, in the first one, there were a lot of great filmmakers and also some very good friends of mine. So, and I was like, why wasn't I there? Yeah, I mean, and I was so glad that they thought about me for this one. And yeah, I think, I don't know. I saw it last night, and I was really proud, not for my short, but for the works of all the rest of the filmmakers. Mm-hmm. I thought everyone did such a good job.
Well, did you, so there was no collaboration. I mean, obviously you had your short to yourself, but you didn't see what anyone else was working on, right?
No, and actually they didn't want us to be showing the shorts to each other. Mm-hmm. It was like very secret. I mean, they wanted us to watch it for the first time last night at the premiere. Mm-hmm. So they were like, don't show it the short, don't show it to each other. And yeah, you knew nothing. You kind of knew, like, at first, my first idea was about an exorcism, and I knew that Denison Ramalho was doing an exorcism because I had to change the idea. And I knew that one of the British guys had kind of a similar death that the one I was planning in that incarnation. So, but you don't see much. You don't. Yeah, it's secret. That's the fun. Yeah, you don't know what to expect from the other. So you are thinking, like, for example, I was thinking, mine is on a beach and it's sunny and it's going to be different because you expect. In film like this and with this bunch of filmmakers, you expect something darker and bloodier. Mm-hmm. And surprisingly, it's there's a lot of light mm-hmm. in there. Yeah,
and it's very comical too.
And it's very yeah. There's a lot of comedy, and I thought like mine will have a lot of comedy. And no, it's fun, but there's a lot of comedy in the others.
So Alejandro, your segment is letter E.
Yeah.
What made you set it on the beach? Maybe talk about that. And also, you did this great stuff with the camera work. So maybe how did that come into play?
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. First, I had just moved to the U.S. when I had to work on the short film, and at first I was visiting my brothers in Miami, and I had an original. The other idea I had about exorcism took place in a basement. And another reason I had to change that was because there's no basements in Miami. But then I moved to LA, and I was talking with Mark Walkop, one of the producers, and we were trying to find another idea. And I said I had a list of 72 words with the letter E, okay, with ideas for each one. And I got to this one, and it took place on a basement. And between 5 characters or 7 characters, and Mark said, why don't you do it with 3 characters and do it on a beach outside and make it like a very nice, bright Caribbean beach? And I'm like, I just got out from Cuba and from Miami, and now I'm in LA, and you want me to get a Caribbean beach in LA? And you know, for the budget that we had, like, do you know how much it is to rent a coconut in LA? A coconut tree? It's so, yeah, but it wasn't planned. It was one of the things that happens, and yeah, you're screwed with that. And also, well, the camera work, it was like Pedro Luque, my director of photography. He's from Uruguay, and he's the guy that did La Casa Muda, The Silent House, mm-hmm. which is a great film shot only in one take.
In one take, yeah.
And he's awesome at that, and he's brilliant, and I like long takes. So when I got to the point where I said, how do we do the montage? He said, why don't we do it without cuts? and 360 degrees. And I said, you know what, that's awesome. And since we have another montage, what we're going to do is the same but in the opposite direction and destroying everything that we did in the first one. And with devices, those I think are the favorite shots that I have made in my career.
Okay. Well, it was really awesome just because how seamless it was, and then when things kind of took a turn, it went from that really bright sort of Corona commercial, it got desaturated, and then it was like a really funny beer commercial.
Yeah, that's exactly. You know what? I was like asking. I left some spots on the beach empty because I was writing while we were shooting to the producer saying, listen, if I get a sponsor to pay out because we went over budget, if I get a sponsor, some beer sponsor, can I do it? And I say, yeah, go for it. But at the end we didn't do it. But while I was shooting, I was thinking, this is a commercial. Everyone will be in the theater like, what the hell is this? Did they change the reel? Is this ABCs of Dead? Where's Dead here? Yeah.
Now, one of the limitations you probably have is time. So, was there any talk about time constraints to fit everything into the feature?
Well, they said 3 minutes. I did 4, but my first cut was 5:30. My first cuts are always like, I've made 2 films, and my first cut has always been exactly 2 hours and 18 minutes. And the finished films have both been exactly 93 minutes.
Wow!
So that's a problem I have. And here my first cut was 5:30. I really like that one. And then we had to start taking out stuff. It was I like the long versions.
Gotcha. Well, it was a tremendous short. It's one of my top 6, so I'm glad to be speaking with you.
I'm really happy to be in the top 6. It's not my top 6.
Really?
No, there are some shorts there that I really love. Really, really love.
Okay. Well, just give us 1 or 2 of them real quick.
A and Z.
A and Z.
They nailed that one.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, man. Thank you.